Hello, this is Roberto and this is the HVAC is my channel. Today we're going to make an example about 16-inch OC stud spacing and 24-inch OC stud spacing, alright? So let's get into it. So for example, if we have a 12 feet wall, so let's go to the right side, we'll go here and we're going to put this in pink. So imagine that this wall is 16 feet. I mean, let's do 12 feet, right? So if it's 12 feet, what or how many studs are we able to put in this length? So that's the main purpose of the video. So this is pretty much easy. It's just a formula. So in the formula, I mean, we can always demonstrate how the formula comes here, but we need to be practical, and this is the HVAC easy math channel. So that's why we make things easier. So the formula is going to be N equals to L divided by OC plus 1. All right. So we're going to put in here what is N? N is going to be the number of studs. Okay, number of studs. L is going to be the wall length. And then OC is the on-center distance, right? On-center distance. Okay, so the units, the number of studs are going to be in studs, the wall length has to be in inches, okay, and the on center of course has to be in inches. There we go. All right, so in this case we're trying to see how many studs are in a 12 feet wall, right? How many studs are in a 12 feet wall? So the first step we need to do is we need to know how many inches are 12 feet. So let's start with that. So 12 feet is going to be equal to how much? Okay, 12 feet. So 1 foot equals 12 inches, right? So this goes with this. So I mean, yeah, there you go with that. So this equals to 12 times 12. This is 144 inches, right? Okay, so we have everything. So in the formula, we're gonna put this as formula star. See, that's the formula. All right, so what is N? N is going to be equal to L. L is 144 inches divided by OC. My OC is 16. In this case, we're going to do this calculation for 16 OC. And we're going to make another one for 24 OC, right? So this is going to be the first example for 16 OC plus 1. All right, so if we do the calculation, the number of studs in a 12 feet wall is going to be equal, let's do the math, it's going to be to 12 studs. Okay, so we need 10 studs. There we go. Okay. All right. 10 studs. Okay, so what about the other one, the other side? So in this case, we have, what about for a 24 inches OC, right, on center? So technically we're talking about the separation, right, as we explained in the previous video, right? In the other video we said that the framing can be separated 16 inches on center, right, from on center. Or the studs can be separated 24 inches from center, on center. See, the studs have a dimension, so from the center we're gonna have a separation of 24 inches. That means OC. So what about for OC? So for OC we're gonna have again the same formula. This is gonna be 144 instead of OC 16 inches OC, this is going to be 24 plus 1. So N is going to be equal in this case to, let's do the math in here. Let's see the math. Let's do the calculation. And this gives us 7. All right. So in this case, we're going to need 7 studs if my separation is 24 inches. And you might be wondering why we add 1. So in this case, we're talking about the studs in the middle, but don't forget we also have in the beginning and at the end, right? So it's like talking about, are we counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we're talking about 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're adding 1 more. On top of that, we have to consider an estimated waste of 15%. But I'm going to show that in the second part of the video, how to obtain this in practice, or how to be quicker on this calculation, because we can always resort to online resources, and online resources we can easily do this very quickly. All right, so let's go to the second part of the video. We're going to show this in Google. All right. But also before that, it's important to mention that we're going to do that in pink. This is industry standard, especially in the US. They have the 24 inches OC and the 16 inches OC, because now in between they put the cavity insulation. And the reason I'm making these videos is because we're going to be talking about cavity insulation in next videos, and we're going to be calculating what's the U factor and how this works. See, in the cavity we can fill in the insulation, see, right in the middle, right there. All right, and then we have this. So all of this is industry standard. For example, these stats are, as we were showing in the other videos, 2x4. This is not good. This is not good. So this is going to be 2x4, or it could also be 2x6. There we go, 2x6 right here, industry standard. So we call this 2x4, and this is 2x6, right? But in reality we have, instead of a 2x4, in reality this is 1.5, and this is 3.5 inches, and in reality this is 1.5, and this is 5.5. okay, because we're taking into account when the wood is already dried. And in the United States, especially in the residential field, we have a lot of constructions, a lot of houses made of wood, completely wood. That's why fire protection is very, very important. Also in commercial too, because sometimes we have mixed use buildings. So the lower level would be retail, would be commercial, and the multifamily, the upper floors would be all residential. In all residential, they would take into account always wood. All right, so let's go to Google and find out the stat calculator online. All right, so it's also very important to have another resource, another tool online. So anytime you can always find out any calculator online. Let's see what we find in Google. So in Google, we're going to put framing calculator. So let's put in here framing calculator. See, if we put framing calculator, and then we're going to have actually this Omni calculator, and this is not advertised. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm just putting in Google. So framing calculator. And this is a very quick and easy way to just do the calculation. So in here, what was our wall length? Our wall length was 12 feet. So we put 12 feet for 16-inch OC, which is on center. We need stats needed $15. I mean 15%. We have 10 stats needed. Okay, so we did the analytical calculation on the first part of the video, and we're doing the practical quick calculation, which we're using a website online. See, number 2, we were trying to find out what is the OC spacing for a 24 inches distance of own center separation of stats. So we're going to put in here 24. So for 24 we have 7. We need 7 stats. And also this includes stats cost. You can put the price of a stat in dollars, estimate the waste. See, this is 15%, and you're going to find a total cost. In addition, you can also find a lot of information about how this formula works. So that's why I like this actually, because it's very simple, and then they explain to you what is this. You can find more information in here. And it says, see how many stats are needed, and they explain to you what the formula is, and then why they add one more stat. They have 2x4 walls. They have very interesting information. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit the like button and subscribe. And also don't forget to make any comment. Alright, thanks for watching. HVAC is my channel.